While Canada is still deciding between European-made and American-made fighter jets, some are sounding the alarm over the potential trade implications. Our contributor David Clement has more.
Tonight, we turn our attention to a brewing storm in Canadian defense procurement that could strain relations with the United States. The National Post reports on why Canada risks drawing the ire of President Donald Trump if it opts for what it calls griping gamesmanship over the F-35 stealth fighter jets in its ongoing jet replacement saga. The story traces back to longstanding U.S. pressure on Canada to boost its military contributions since NATO's inception in 1949. From Barack Obama's gentle nudge that the world needs more Canada to Trump's blunt accusations of Canada being a freeloader and a delinquent on defense spending, the bipartisan message has been clear. Canada needs to step up. In 2022, Canada selected Lockheed Martin's F-35 for an 88-jet fleet to replace its aging CF-18s, but only 16 have been ordered so far amid political reviews and delays. Enter Prime Minister Mark Carney, who, fresh off an election win, fueled by anti-Trump sentiment, ordered a review of the fighter jet program. This comes as Trump ramps up trade war threats, even floating the idea of Canada being a 51st state. Now, U.S. Ambassador Pete Hoekstra has warned that a new trade deal depends on Canada committing to the F-35. Yet Ottawa is now eyeing Sweden's Saab Gripen as an alternative for the remaining 72 jets, sparking debates over stealth capabilities versus economic perks. A leaked 2021 Department of National Defense evaluations gave the F-35 a commanding edge, 95% effectiveness in stealth and sensor fusion compared to the Gripen's 33%. Now, proponents of the Gripen tout its Arctic advantages like shorter takeoff distances and Saab's promise to create up to 10,000 jobs in Canada by building the jets locally. Industry Minister Melanie Joly has called this offer, quote, very interesting, and is pushing Lockheed Martin for similar economic commitments, emphasizing that the review aligns with Canada's new defense industrial strategy for maximum benefits. But experts are sounding the alarm. Royal Canadian Air Force Deputy Minister Stephanie Beck insists that fifth-generation stealth is non-negotiable, a feature unique to the F-35. Procurement specialist Philippe Lagasse from Carleton University suggests a mixed fleet could diversify suppliers and boost jobs, but warns of feasibility hurdles. Richard Smuka of the Macdonald-Laurier Institute dismisses the Gripen push as political gamesmanship tied to anti-Trump politics and calls Saab's job plan inflated. For example, globally, Gripen production supports only 4,000 to 5,000 jobs. He notes Canada already benefits from the F-35 program with over 110 companies in the supply chain, 3 million in Canadian components per jet, and projected revenue of $15.5 billion through 2058. Now, scale matters too. Over 1,200 F-35s are in service worldwide versus fewer than 400 Gripens, which use older technology. A split buy, mixing both jets, has been floated to hedge U.S. dependency and strengthen European ties, but Lagasse highlights doubled long-term costs for maintenance and training. Shmuka warns of operational delays from dual pipelines, and Brookings Institution's Michael O'Hanlon calls it easily the worst idea given Canada's modest defense budget. Politically, the stakes are high. Trump hasn't weighed in directly on the jets, but his recent halt of trade talks over an Ontario ad criticizing tariffs signals volatility. Shmuka predicts U.S. backlash if Canada backs out, eroding trust after years of perceived shortfalls in continental defense. O'Hanlon advises deciding based on needs, noting that the F-35 superiority in radar evasion, but urges clear communication if diverging from U.S. preferences. The review, expected by summer's end, remains shrouded in secrecy, with no final timeline from Carney. As Canada weighs military edge against jobs and diplomacy, this decision could redefine Canada's role on the global stage.